This ball finding a lot of space, so Gen.G having to burn a lot of boost to get to it. But now only one to beat. First killer now. Follow-up ties the game from Chronic.
Now, folks. We're ready to get into the gameplay. You've got G2 just barely. We are split and confused on the desk. We don't know where it's going to go. But there's only one thing that matters. The gameplay we are about to witness. Get up and get loud. For the title of Open Qualifier 4 champion, it's G2 versus Gen.G.
Matchup, who's taking the crown at the end of the day once again?
Who's getting 20 points to start the second qualifying process? It's first killer with the opening goal as Gen.G continues their momentum after winning 4 straight over the Snowmen in the semis. Jack just got there ahead of Beast Mode, but still have nothing to show for it except a truckload of shots and a 2-goal deficit as well. 6 shots, 6 near misses, and then Gen.G does this on the other half.
What happened here? It looked like it was just like an awkward bump on Daniel a little bit, and then Atomic just also awkward as well. Positioning just not in the favor of G2.
Tap dance their way out of trouble, and Chronic will put game 1 away.
Listen, there's a player that I talked about in the first Gen.G series of the day against Snowmen that I think deserves a little bit more credit than they've been given, and it is Chronic.
Well, for any team to get to a point like this and then ultimately win, yes, you're going to have to win some where you're not at your best. Both teams have done that throughout this tournament. So they're sitting here now in the grand final. Somebody is going to walk away with 20 points, and they'll be in the driver's seat trying to qualify to go to Landon 3.0. It's Atomic to kick things off for G2, feeding Daniel. He might have barely got a piece of that. I couldn't tell if he touched that or not. I don't think he did. And it falls to Beast Mode to score it on the doorstep.
There you have it. The game plan coming through, early pressure, and like you said, yeah, there was no touch on that one. I think it was just a really solid cleanup there.
Daniel can collect it from Beast Mode.
He's going to carry this one towards the net over 1. Can't quite make an angle on it. First killer anticipated it and sent him off. Great transition here from Gen.G. We're going to see who's going to be behind. It's going to be Jack to finish the follow-up there. Pass over to Chronic, shot just wide, and Daniel will carry this around the corner. Hopefully trying to get the transition there for G2. They do. They take a wide shot. It's actually passed first, and it's in.
Just like that. I mean, look at it. There are 5 cars all bunched up there. The only one who's not in that big cluster is Beast Mode because he's stuck at the back. Well, you've got all 3 members of Gen.G there. You can't really be surprised that that one ends up behind them in their net. A huge defensive breakdown out of Gen.G, and it gives G2 a 2-goal lead. Everywhere, all at once. Chronic trying to set up first killer, blocked by Atomic. And it's G2 playing the role that Gen.G played in game 1, frustrating the opposition, stifling them at midfield, and now taking a bunch of control here. Atomic doesn't have any boost in the tank, but he's still able to get around apparently Jack. Daniel runs forward, and now first killer can run up, and oh, he got spun out there. Otherwise, he might have run onto that ball and had a pretty wide open shot. So now Atomic will bring it across. I'll tell you what, it's been very awkward for both these squads. Apparently Jack lets one rip in the final minute. Gen.G's on the board.
There you have it. It was an attempt to get this one out, but first killer's touch was a perfect setter over to Jack, and the placement and speed on this one was just too much for G2 to catch up with.
Final 30. Apparently Jack, though, full tank of boost. Daniel's got to be real careful, and he is. Didn't have a lot in the tank, but he had enough to get that out of harm's way.
This is a massive clear for G2 to waste time that right now Gen.G desperately want. Big bump there, crazy demo to open up a path, but this ball gets sent all the way back, floats into an open net, and G2 gets security in game number 2.
50 goes through, Daniel's right there. It went perfectly for G2. And Daniel puts game 2 away, similar to how Gen.G closed it out in the closing seconds of game 1. So back and forth, these 2 juggernauts of North America go. It seems, again, impossible to imagine a world where they both aren't playing in London. 3-1 the scoreline in game 2 for G2. That's quite the response. What do we have now as we go to game 3 on DFH Stadium? Gen.G and G2 in a best of 5 now. Chronic did make the stop. So now Beast Mode up ahead to Daniel. He's got options. Opts for himself. He's got Atomic waiting out in front, and apparently Jack feeds that to First Killer, and Gen.G strike first in the blink of an eye.
Oh man, that happened probably faster than anybody would have anticipated as far as G2 was concerned, and on target it goes. Additional attack from G2 Stride, but First Killer to stop it in its tracks.
That was a clever passing play, similar to what they did to Snowmen, but G2 are no Snowmen. First Killer, though, will score here. Everybody got demolished on the side of G2. You see the one beat in the backfield. Atomic just plays that one laterally. He didn't have a solid play on it at all. The demo behind the play again. It's First Killer adding to his tally, make it 3 goals in the series and a 2-goal lead here in Game 3. Just the way they've had this pressure here in the final minute, but they've got to score here with a chance at a kickoff goal to tie, and they get what they need. Beast Mode with 6 to go.
You said they had to score here, and that's exactly what they did. Daniel, just enough to open up an opportunity for Beast Mode to score. They do so 6 seconds. You need something off of the kickoff. They're capable of doing it. They send one off. Atomic puts it up into the sky. Beast Mode back over to Daniel. Enough boost to carry this one through, but a demo could land this into the hands of First Killer. It does. Beast Mode carries. He spots Daniel. He's low on boost too. Gen.G want to kill it, but the pinch keeps the ball in play.
That will finally kill it. That was a tough job by Beast Mode to keep that ball in the air. Bring that one out of the corner, nothing doing. And Beast Mode and Atomic are both forward. It's Beast Mode that takes charge. And First Killer wise to the play, but he apparently Jack coming from the backboard. So that's a lot of wasted boost. Gen.G doesn't have much left, and Beast Mode picks him apart.
That's a huge leading goal to find here in this Game 4 right now. Drop down over to Atomic, but for Beast Mode to find the angle off it.
This time apparently Jack will clear at least out of danger for the moment. This is not the level we expect out of these two teams. First Killer just has a sitter right in his lap, and it's a tie game.
Man, you talk about, this isn't quite the level that we are used to seeing these.
4, unless somebody can break away in the closing seconds. Chronic for the win, bounces away, courtesy of Daniel. Gen.G will give it one more look, but we go to sudden death.
First Killer can't even bail them out and get them out of their own half right now.
Atomic did a great job slowing down First Killer. They might be rewarded with an OT winner. Oh, the shot from Daniel goes wayward. Atomic went to the outside, stopping First Killer from getting to the wall and trying to create out of the zone. But in the end, it is First Killer who gets his, and Gen.G are 1 win away from slaying G2 again.
You can't stop First Killer. Thankfully, Beast Mode way deep in that third there, able to get the pass over to Atomic off the backboard, follow up from Beast Mode, and there you have it. G2 Stride begin their comeback.
Atomic has made a career out of being one of the best setup men in the world.
There were a couple of really good beats there from G2. They just weren't quite able to close out the ending of that play, which is a little bit concerning. I mean, especially when you're down on match point, but it doesn't matter if you're down by 1 or if you're down by 2. If Beast Mode is the one solo playing for your team, you know you are in good hands. You don't even want to let them into your side. You can clear this out to no man's land. As long as you continue to ping pong this ball back into that orange half, you're pretty much safe, but there's a safer way to win. It's just to continue to score on Gen.G time and time again. It was Daniel off the backboard, and great finish there. There you are, having to defend it time and time again. It's not going to stop here, though. Floater down over to Beast Mode. That was so nice, the way he spotted him around the defense. But to leave that, it's just the tiniest touch.
The only question now is not if they'll win, but by how many. At least 5 as Atomic adds another.
Oh my goodness, not once but twice have I seen 2 shots come out of G2 from a fairly nasty angle, but this one from Atomic over Jack is just, it's great. It's clean, it's simple, it's mechanical.
This isn't a boogeyman at all. G2 certainly feeling like they've made some progress. a team that has had their number, has just been shut out at the hands of G2 Stride. It's Daniel trying to get a piece of first killer. He clipped him at least, ate a demo for his efforts, but it clears the way, and Atomic breaks the tie.
The forced shot forward from Atomic gets bumped by Chronic into it and still manages to push this ball forward and in front of the last defender there. What feels like a million attempts at this point. Kind of haven't been as quality as we've seen in the past from, I think it's fair to say, either team at times, but for now, Gen.G, they just want to close this one out. Bar, goal, and down. It's through, it's in. Gen.G have tied up game 6.
A solo effort out of apparently Jack. Just running forward, hope that the car is in the way, and it is as it goes bar down. Quite a bit this weekend, but it doesn't yield any results. Closing seconds of regulation. Chronic, flip reset, nothing doing. Atomic to bring it across. G2 might be content with OT, but one more bounce needed. Beast Mode starting to give it a look. First killer, no, and Beast Mode can't catch up to this. Golden goal again to perhaps crown a champion in this qualifier. And now first killer gives that away to apparently Jack, and after all that, Gen.G has to kind of shake that one off and go, all right, well, let's try again. It's first killer giving it up to Atomic. Daniel's up very quickly. Atomic to send us to Champions Field.
I would honestly expect nothing less after the sheer amount of saves that G2 had to put up against of G2. It was a quick counter, a quick attack, and now we get to see a game 7.
First killer will slow everything down, and Beast Mode will come in to pressure him. Daniel waiting. He hasn't scored in a hot minute in this series, but does have 2 with 4 assists. Beast Mode hangs in the air forever, and first killer the initial save. Daniel, double tap, bang, bang!
Daniel is always going to be him right under Beast Mode though, but my goodness, the double to be able to go back and find that angle in it, give G2 the early game lead. Here's another one of it, Atomic over 1. It's a fight against Jack off it, but it's low boost.
This ball could be intercepted by Daniel. That caught a fortunate deflection, and Daniel scores again.
Listen, Daniel thrives in pressure. There's nobody else that does it better at time. This kid has just been such a light to get to watch grow throughout time.
Listen, when all of these players in this final are on, like really on, there's no stopping them. Apparently Jack has that one go through as well. A rare breakdown for G2 defensively after that win by Chronic, and Jack ends up in an offside position in behind the defense. This ball finding a lot of space, so Gen.G having to burn a lot of boost to get to it. But now only 1 to beat. First killer now, follow up, ties the game from Chronic.
Massive demo, massive play, just nothing but perfection from this squad at times. Tied game at 33 seconds from none other than Chronic, the one that we have been saying, why has he not been in MVP contention?
He's got Daniel in front of him, couldn't force it through. Atomic tied up with Daniel for a moment, and that may give first killer a notion to go for that ball, but instead Beast Mode uses all of his boost. Now Chronic, first killer, trying to get around Atomic. Daniel there to support as well defensively. Daniel got bumped, and the shot here saved away. First killer got in the way, but Beast Mode had the save lined up.
It's not gonna stop here though. Atomic wants that clear outfield. Daniels only goes mid though. It's a bounce up from the ground. Low boost. Jack could be up next, but it's Daniel to clear out mid. Over 1 shot is wide. Is there a follow-up to come after? Not quite. It's a team bump though, which could be detrimental to G2. Pass over to 1. Jack is in, and Gen.G stay on top.
Gen.G stay feasting. They fend off G2's comeback effort with a team play created by a team bump by the perennial top runners of North America. 1 fatal error, and it's Gen.G on top in the end. What a finish.